Good morning, Lower Cape May. I'm Bobby O'Donnell.
And I'm Kenny Walker. Welcome to Lower Cape May Today.
First up is a segment about something I'm sure everyone watched yesterday, the conference championships, to see who will have the right to play in the Super Bowl. Let's see who the pros picked to win.
So Bradford, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
I'm going to have to go with the Giants.
So Dom, who will win the Super Bowl?
Falcons.
So who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year?
I believe it'll be the Baltimore Ravens. Super Bowl. I don't even know who's in the playoffs, Tay.
All right, ready? All the other teams' planes are going to crash on their way down there, and the Eagles are going to win by default.
I don't answer that.
Who will win the Super Bowl?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to clone myself, and I'm going to create a 22-man team at P-Woods, and we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Who is going to win the Super Bowl?
I'm going to win the Super Bowl.
Obviously, I'm going to win.
The 49ers.
Who will win the Super Bowl?
Eagles, duh.
The 49ers.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
SJST.
I think the 49ers will do it, you know.
So who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Wait, who's in it? Gotta be the 49ers, because that's my brother-in-law's favorite team, and their dogs' name are Montana and Rice. Woohoo!
Definitely the Giants.
Miss Vendetta, who will win the Super Bowl?
I think the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl.
The Broncos.
So Otto, who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Colts.
Now over to Mark for editorial about something near and dear to everyone, file sharing. And for those of you who don't know what it is, it's usually illegal downloads of music and movies.
SOPA, the Stop Online Piracy Act, was developed to stop the illegal download and streaming of music and videos. This includes bootlegging and foisting of objects, such as watches. If this passes, then some important sites will be shut down. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. All the sites that Lower Cape May Today are on. Now, if the SOPA is all over the internet, then what am I going to wash my hands with? Back to you, Bobby and Kenny.
Over 40 years of Holden's coaching or teaching at Lower Cape May Today.
That's right. Now let's check out our own, Taylor Mann, and see what Coach has to say about a lot of unanswered questions.
Hi, I'm Taylor Mann here with Mr. Scott Holden, our varsity boys basketball coach. After being a head coach in Florida, what made you want to come back to work with your brother?
Actually, there was many reasons why I chose to come back from Florida. Basketball was more of a perk than a reason to come back, but it's certainly a good reason to come back and be back at home, be back to where I went to high school, and to coach with my brother was a privilege as well.
And from your many stages of basketball, do you have a moment that really stands out to you?
As a player, I did get to play on a team that went to the March Madness as one of the 64 teams. As a coach, I'd say the nicest thing is when a kid leaves and 4 or 5 years later, he sees you out or whatever, and he just tells you that he enjoyed it and he appreciated what you did for him, things like that.
Wow, that's really neat. So from all the experiences you have, playing, coaching, and just being surrounded by basketball, does that heighten the pressure on you as a coach?
No, I mean, I guess because of all my experiences with it, I'm naturally going to be tough on myself with, how I'm doing and if I'm doing enough. And so naturally, I just have a desire to do well. And that's more important to me than actually, wins and losses. I want to see them improve. If I don't improve or if the kids don't improve, then that's what bothers me more than anything.
With the title of head coach being passed down from your dad, your brother, and now to you, did it make you feel that you needed to take the spot?
No, again, I don't think it was an overwhelming feeling that I was meant to take that spot. It's just a natural, order of things, the way it turned out. And I had my reservations at first, but I'm very happy that I took the job now, and I have two great resources to confide in whenever I have questions about what I'm doing or the team's doing. And I certainly, I'd say over a 7-day week, there's probably a good 4 to 5 hours discussed with basketball with my father and my brother, and that's not any fabrication whatsoever.
Key contributors this year?
Well, due to the fact that we lost 5 of our first 7 players to graduation last year, we certainly needed a lot of people to step up and, take over the roles that a lot of the seniors did last year. And, we had Vance returning and Bobby, and they're really the only 2 that had significant varsity time last year. So I'd have to say, of course, Shaq, Lovelace, Zach Betts, Miguel Munoz, Simba Hampton, they all had to really step in and do a phenomenal job. Shaq's been doing a decent job of being a ball handler. Zach Betts is doing a great job of being a post defender and rebounder at only about 5'11", 140 pounds. I've had a lot of contributions from people, and I think they're starting to understand their role, and it's certainly helping us to hopefully improve as the season goes on.
That's great. Based on the talent you have this year, are you guys more of a running style or an old school style team?
I think you have to pick and choose when to do both. Okay, when we go against real athletic teams like a Bridgeton, I'm not going to get into a running game with them, or I'd like not to. But then, when you play some other teams where you might have a little more athleticism, I'll let them go a little bit. But we constantly talk about making smart decisions, and that's what I expect in all cases.
Well, thank you for your interview.
I guess that's all we have for today.
But until Thursday,
have a great day, Lower Cape May.